Alright, so on to the fun part, traffic. So if you're at this point in the video series, this is where we begin driving targeted traffic to your squeeze page. So by now, or at least when you actually begin this piece, you'll want to have everything set up. You'll want to have your squeeze page with your autoresponder integrated, with some monetization on the back end, and the follow-up emails scheduled in the autoresponder series, at least some of them. You can always come back and add more to it. So there's kind of three different levels of traffic that I separated out into, and I'll leave it completely up to you as to where you want to start. And it really just kind of depends on your situation. So the low scale traffic, this is going to be free to low cost, if it's not all free traffic, and it's gonna be the traffic that takes more work to get it, and obviously, as it's named, it's going to be more so on the low scale side, but it is an option if you're just starting off and you have no money whatsoever to invest in traffic. Then it's definitely an option. You can use it to build up a little bit, and then once you have a list of maybe 200 or 300, you can move into the mid-scale if you wanted to go that route. Otherwise, you can always jump in right away in the mid-scale option, or you can even jump in large scale. It just kind of depends, so I encourage you to watch each video and then decide for yourself what the best fit is. So the low scale option, we'll go through them all in depth here in a second, but one thing I do want to mention is tracking. I definitely recommend a good tracking software, and so you'll be able to use this for tracking your links with all of your traffic efforts. So you'll be able to tell what's producing you results, what's not. You'll be able to put tracking code on your squeeze pages so you can test conversion rates. You can make tweaks and tweaks and tweaks so you can get it super optimized. All kinds of things. It's very, very useful, and you'll want to, especially as you get into some of the larger things, you want to really be tracking every little thing, so you know what's bringing you results and what's not. So there's two in particular that I would recommend. One of them is Bud URL, and the other one is AdTracks Gold. Personally, I have AdTracks Gold. I think it's fantastic. I've heard from many marketers who have used tons and tons of different software, that is by far one of the best ones. Something that I really like about it is it's installed on your own server. It's a one-time fee of, it's either like $70 or $77, something like that, and there's no monthly cost involved with it whatsoever, which a lot of tracking softwares will have. So I like it that it's out of the way. It's 99% accurate. It's in real time. You can track clicks. You can track actions, meaning conversions. You can track sales. You can do split tests. You name it. It's fantastic. I definitely recommend it. But anyways, each of those two links are in the resource sheet if you want to check it out. Even if it's not something you are purchasing right off the bat here, definitely recommend it down the road as you get going. So back to the low scale traffic. One option for you is forum marketing. So you can kind of go to Google here and find you can find some forums in your niche. If you're in the internet marketing niche, the Warrior Forum is a fantastic one to be a part of, and there's a whole bunch of other ones as well. Just do a little bit of Google searching for forums in your niche, and you'll find them. You can pay a small fee and be able to advertise your squeeze page or a service or product, if you have one, in your signature. You can participate in discussions and add value, and then that link will always show up in your signature. So it's a good way to kind of get some free to low cost traffic just by participating, and you definitely will learn a lot participating in the forums as well. So moving on from forum marketing, another option that's a common one when it comes to free traffic techniques is article marketing. So what you can do here is you can do this for any niche again. Write good, informative articles, and if you're having trouble coming up with information, you can do some Google searches, educate yourself a bit on the topic. Obviously, don't be copywriting anything. We don't want to do plagiarism here, but just educate yourself, and then without looking at any of the other things that you have looked at, you can based off what you learned, create a little 300 to 500 word article, post it in a whole bunch of article directories, and then at the bottom of it put your link to your squeeze page. So that's one option. Another one is social media. I'm not even going to go into too much in depth here with this, because everyone nowadays should know what social media is. Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, etc., you name it. But the reason I did want to mention it is there's one tool that I found very useful when it comes to social media, and it's called Cash Blurbs. I have a link to it in the resource page. But it's great for viral social media traffic, and it's totally free. The way it works is you can post your little tweet or post, whatever you want to call it, and include your link to your squeeze page in it. You can even do it for affiliate products, but since we're talking about building your list here, you put your little tweet with your squeeze page in it, you post it up on this Cash Blurbs website, and then in exchange you will tweet or post via Facebook or whatever social media site someone else's post that they put up. And then so once you do that for someone else, yours will be put up live, and then in exchange a whole bunch of like 10 to 20 people will post your link for you. So it's a great way to use some leverage and get some viral traffic that way. Great tool. So moving on from social media, traffic exchanges, it's another kind of viral traffic option for you. It just gets you basically some extra traffic for your efforts whenever you get set up with whatever traffic exchange, and if you are using those, you will use the traffic exchange link that it gives you, which will be to your squeeze page, and then there will also be a small ad, I believe on the same page, to someone else's advertisement that's using the same traffic exchange. And then they do the same for you. When they're promoting their site, there will be ads on their pages for your squeeze page. So it's, again, just a good way to kind of virally get a little extra leverage off of your efforts. And there is one in particular. I do actually own a traffic exchange, besttrafficexchange.net. It works out fantastic, and it's also linked in the resource page. And next up is SafeLists. So this is another free option to get some extra traffic. These are very tedious. So and really all of these kind of free traffic options are. They take a bit more time. That's the reason they're free. And it's all of these free traffic options are typically lower quality than the medium and more advanced ones that we'll talk about in the next videos, but again, it's definitely an option for starting. So SafeList, the way it works is basically, and I think everyone's different, but I don't have too much experience with these. I did a little bit, wasn't a huge fan, so I didn't stick with it for too long. It's very tedious, but it is a way to build your list. I know some people that have started off using this method specifically to build their list up to the first 1,000 or so before they moved on. So the way it works is you sign up for it, and you'll get emails to other people that are using the safe list, and then you have to click on the links in the email to their squeeze page or whatever it may be, and you have to stay on the page for X amount of time. It's like 20 seconds or something, and then in doing so, you'll accumulate credits. The more you do it, the more credits you get, and then you get to use those credits to send emails to other people in the safe list kind of network. I believe I have that right. Don't quote me on all that, but that's basically the general concept of how safe lists work. Kind of a cool little way to use safe lists is if you go to Google and you type in the word promo code plus the name of the safe list. A lot of times you can find promotional codes for safe lists websites where you'll insert the promo code and you get like 500 free credits or something. So it's kind of a cool way to get a nice little boost, so to speak, and get some extra subscribers without having to go through the tedious aspect. So that's kind of safe lists in a nutshell. And if you are interested in those, you can even just go to Google and search for safe lists, and a whole bunch of them will pop up there for you. So, and that is about it for the low scale traffic. So next up we will go into the mid scale.